Today we are comparing these two solar panels. This is Renogy's new Shadow Flux panel versus the new CallSun 215 watt anti-shading panel. Both of these solar panels use new anti-shading technology to get more energy from each one of the cells. But when it comes to the CallSun, it has a unique advantage being 215 watts, also a bigger solar panel. Plus it is bifacial with a new unique design. As we take a look at the pricing at the time of this video, you can see the Renogy and also the CallSun are almost identical prices. So we're going to do some testing as far as total output on both of these solar panels and to see which one performs better when it comes to shading. Now when it does come to total width, each one of these panels is exactly the same at just over 30 inches. But when it does come to height, the CallSun 215 is a little bit taller at just about 6.5 inches longer. This will make the Renogy just under 50 inches, along with the CallSun being right about 56.5. We're now going to take a look at the specs of each one of these solar panels, then we'll take them outside to do some testing. The Renogy Shadow Flux will come in right about 23.6 pounds. The CallSun 215 will come in at about 25.4 pounds. When looking at the Renogy Shadow Flux, it comes with 28 bypass diodes to help with more output during shading. It also uses the latest technology with N-type cells for 25% cell efficiency, using 16 bus bars and a lifespan of 25 years. When looking at our open circuit voltage, it comes in at 36.5 volts, so this is great for a 12-volt system, or depending on how you wire it, you can also do 24-volt systems as well. When looking at the new CallSun anti-shade panel, it comes with 4 independent sections. That way when one section is shaded, the other 3 are still putting out full output. It also has similar specs with 25% cell efficiency along with 16 bus bars and N-type cells. And when looking at our open circuit voltage, it's at 20.41 volts. This way it can be used for 12-volt systems or even power stations and more. Okay, so here we are out front. This is the Renogy on the right side. We have the CallSun on the left side. So we're going to go take a look real quick. I've had these out here for about an hour so they can get fully heat soaked. Now, if we take a look at the back of the solar panel, you can see how hot it is, about 121 degrees. And so now what I'm going to do is hit a specific spot, one of those black bars right here on the back side. That way we don't get any reflection from too much glass, but 121. So both panels are relatively the same as far as the temperature. Now, if you've seen my other videos, I talk about heat soak and how the heat is the robber of all things. It doesn't matter what it is. Solar panels, it can be engines and more. Once they get fully heat soaked, your performance starts to go down. Same thing with solar panels. If it was 40 degrees out here, they would perform much better than when it's 100 degrees outside. So just a piece of information. Now, as we take a look, we have 362 watts coming in to this little power station. This is an ecoflow Delta 3 Plus, excellent little power station with 2 solar inputs. Okay, now as we take a look, this one right here is going to be the Renogy, and then this one on the bottom is going to be the CallSun 215. Obviously, with it being bigger and 215 watts, it has an advantage. Now, because the CallSun being 215 obviously is going to be a much better panel for overall output. So mainly what we're looking at is shade performance and also price differences, because the Renogy overall is a relatively expensive panel. Now again, at the time of this video, these solar panels are coming out to be about the same price, around $240, but they have sales, they have coupons, so it all depends on when you buy it. So now it depends on which one of these might be better suited for your installation, something that's smaller and has more voltage, or if you want something that's just all out a better performer, then the CallSun already looks like it's going to be a better deal. But let's do the shade test and see how well it does. Okay, so I'm going to be using a blanket to cover up just a quarter of the Renogy Shadow Flux. And the top right is the Renogy Shadow Flux, and the bottom left is going to be the CallSun 215. Now it does take a second or two for these to kind of recalibrate and for the tracking device to get maximum solar back. But as you can see, we've already lost a decent amount of solar from the Renogy Shadow Flux with a small sliver only covered up. Now remember, the CallSun 215 is divided in 4 sections. As I start to go into the second section of the 215, this basically eliminates that section entirely. So really, only half of the solar panel is producing power. So if each section was producing about 50 watts, it seems to be correct at producing about 98 to 100 watts. Now as I continue to cover up the Renogy Shadow Flux, it doesn't take long until you see a major drop off as far as its output. Now as I go to a good part of the panel being covered, around a third, this is where we see about 50% of its output completely gone. And now as I do a little bit more, we should see a major drop off now to where we're only going to be putting out roughly around 40 to 50 watts. I'm now going to cover up one more section of the CallSun 215, which again, even just a small sliver like this eliminates that section entirely. So we should see about 50 watts coming out of it, which is about right. So even if I cover half of it, it's still only putting out 50 watts on that last section. So now we'll go back to the Renogy Shadow Flux and go to 50% coverage, and this is where we will see another big drop off. If you notice the watts as they drop down, we're only getting about 10 watts out of 50% of the solar panel being covered, while the other panel has only a quarter of it exposed. And now as we cover it up a little bit more, this is where we should see it drop all the way to 0. And then as we cover this section, now basically this panel should also go to 0 as well. So we will now move on to another test. We're now going to cover up the top sections lengthwise with the Renogy Shadow Flux starting off at around 173 watts again. And just with a small sliver, we've already lost about 70 watts. So now I'll move this down a little bit more, covering one whole row of cells just to see what happens. Now both of these solar panels are going to suffer a lot more than if we did the shade test the other direction. So now you can see we've already lost about 70 watts on the Shadow Flux, and as we go down a little bit more on the CallSun 215, this is where now it suffers a lot. We'll do the same test with the Renogy Shadow Flux, and now you can see they're both suffering greatly. And as I move this down a little bit more, this is where we are going to see both of these solar panels definitely drop as far as their output. As you can see, the Renogy Shadow Flux is pretty much now at 0. And also the CallSun takes a big hit, with both of these still having 50% exposed. And all we have to do now is move it down a little bit more, and this will pretty much cancel out the CallSun as well. All right, what do you think? Obviously, the CallSun 215, being a bigger surface, has a lot more area to provide more power. And with it being pretty much the same price, it pretty much makes it a no-brainer if this is the type of panel you want, because this is really meant for 12-volt systems. If you put a couple of them together in series, you can easily do 24-volt. So it will kind of depend on maybe the system that you're building. If you need something a little bit smaller, the Renogy Shadow Flux does perform pretty well, but when it comes to overall power output and also shade performance, well, the CallSun definitely dominates, especially at the price. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you liked the video, and I hope to see you in another one.